Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to part 2 of the Smash or Smooth series. In the first part we both ended up 1 under. I say both, that is literally me, just hitting either smooth 3/4 tempo shots or sending it and hitting it as hard as I could. Now here we are on the 14th as we descend into the mist, and first up is 3/4 swings. So this is a par 5, about 520 yards. And what I did work out on the first video was that I didn't enjoy taking something off the driver. It quite often seemed to go left, which I don't often do, and I've got away with it a bit here. I've got about 240 into this green, but I have no idea where I'm going. Can't see the flag, so it's all a bit of a guess with the hybrid. And quite honestly, I do like that swing. Very smooth, and now I'm looking down because I've no idea where the ball's gone, and I'm hoping it's not belted into a tree. It didn't. But I couldn't get the camera to focus simply because it's so foggy down here. So I chipped to here, and this is for birdie. Now I was looking at my golf shaft on my 4-iron and it said like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and it is free as I lip out and hate life. So that's just a par, unfortunately. Should never be too upset with that, but here we go then. First time fully sending it. Will my shoes and hat stay on? That is the question at this stage. Fortunately, yes, they both did, and what a view. It's a little bit right though, so one went left and this one's right, but we do have only about 190 yards into this green now, so we have a 5-iron, so there's an advantage of about 30 yards off the tee. Unfortunately, it does not seem like I've taken advantage of this increase in distance because I've pulled it left, and I definitely heard tree and was looking for this ball for a very, very long time. Found it here, but I'm against the wall, and I got very scared. It wasn't actually as close as it might have seemed there, however, I wimped out. So we're now having to get up and down from here just to save par on this par 5, which would not be good. But to be fair, I played that very well, and we've got a very, very good chance of making a par again. So contrasting styles, you would say. We had a putt for birdie of a similar length, but lipped out hard. And can we hold this? Yes, we can. It's not really anything to sort of compare the two shots there. However, they were both pars, so we'll move on. And here we are on this uphill 330 yard par 4. Probably plays more like 370. And that is a good shape for this hole. Just a little fade up the middle, and that will find the fairway. So we've got about 130 yards into this green, and we've got a nice little 3/4 9-iron, which should be perfect. Again, it's pretty difficult to see where I'm going, but we'll give it a go. Looked like it was on a very good line. I'm eyeing it up and down. Don't know why though, I've airmailed the green. So now I've got a tricky downhill lie with the green all running away from me here. So the only thing saving us here is that it's soft, and I've managed to leave it short. And that's not going to be an easy par putt because it's downhill and left to right, which is not exactly a favourite of a right-handed golfer. Especially with my appalling putting stroke, and, well, that just about explains it. I missed another one, and that'll be a bogey. Back to the tee then, and now we are swiping and our arms are going to fly off. I keep saying that, but I'm literally not trying to long drive this. I mean, I can't anyway, because my ball speed is probably about 160. But that is a proper full swing, and it could not have been placed any better, really. We have 95 yards into this flag, playing uphill about 10, so this is just a full 52, which is exactly the point of this challenge. And again, straight at the flag, gone after me divot, and I've flown the green by 20 yards. Oops. So this is an even harder chip than the one we had before, and annoyingly we've got fringe boosted, which is never a good thing seemingly. And now we have a testing uphill putt for par, which I missed, both in terms of filming and in real life. So those 2 bogeys, again exactly the same as before, we're now back to level. And now a long par 5 of about 530 yards, even off this mat, which is front of the red tees. But that's a good tee shot again. But we're quite a long way back and we still have 240 into the screen, and I don't dare hit a 3-wood. Especially with these smooth tempo swings, because I can't even hit them when I hit it full. So I've gone for the hybrid and hit it really nicely. Down into the abyss, had no idea where it was gone. But this is where it's ended up, and we have a decent chance of getting up and down for a birdie here if I can stick this close. Little 30-yard pitch. Just needs to take a seat. Not bad. Not bad at all. This is about 8 or 9 feet up the hill. Should be a little bit left to right, as you can see my feet are aiming there. I do tend to have an open stance. However, that was atrocious and is nowhere near. But we will tidy up for par. And you should never be too upset at a par. Even when I have so many opportunities to make birdies, I just cannot putt. I'd be a very dangerous golfer if I could. But I'm not. So back to the practice ground for that, I think. Here we go then. Back to the tee. What can we do with the big stick? Swipe it right is what we can do. I've absolutely no idea where that's gone, and we may struggle to find it. Took me a while. It's a bit further back than I was expecting, but we have to thread the needle with this 4-iron. Probably not going to get there from 240, and we have to keep this low, which I've done nicely. And I couldn't really have executed any better, to be honest. I have come up short though, and we still have about 50 yards down the hill here, so this is definitely a field shot for the young man. Not exactly an ideal yardage. However, played it nicely. It's just feeding in from the right, and we've got another decent attempt at a birdie. Even closer than previously. So this should move left to right, and it's only about 7 feet, but we couldn't even hit the hole this time, and that'll be another par. So yet again, as we approach the last hole of this video, because the klaxon sounded, so I couldn't play 18 unfortunately. What I have found, definitely don't take anything off the driver. You don't need to swing out of your shoes, but there is definitely something to say for giving it a full swing. But irons, if you feel comfortable, definitely, because it brings an extra facet to your game, shall we say. That was a 9-iron from 130 yards, and it got nowhere near. My noodle arms not having the requisite power to get me to the hole. But I've done a good job with that putt for once, and we'll tap in for a par. Right, can we actually separate these two on the last hole? We need a birdie, or a bogey, just to answer things once and for all, but there hasn't been a great deal of difference. I've managed to bogey the same holes. I think I've made one more birdie hitting 3/4 shots, but I've also made one more bogey. So this is the only thing that could separate things, if I could roll in this final putt. Uphill length, left to right, need to give it a thwack like I did before. And it's tracking. Oh no. Face says it all there. And that'll just about wrap things up as we go and prod that one home from 1 inch. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one, where I am going to be attempting to break par at Tetton Pines.